Hello everybody and welcome to another OJWonderbread snack review. Today on the snack review I'm going to be trying another flavor of Pringles potato chips. This is going to be their take on a pizza flavored potato chip, and I know that the pizza flavored potato chip is not a limited release flavor, but going with the theme of the last flavor that I reviewed, the everything bagel, I thought why not give another New York flavor potato chip a try. Now, I did make a joke in the last review saying that the next flavor I would review would be the chopped cheese, but sadly Pringles does not have a chopped cheese flavor, and the fact that they do have a Philly cheesesteak makes it incredibly unlikely that they would ever have a chopped cheese flavored Pringle. Now, that is kind of sad for anybody that buys these at a local bodega, but I mean, you can just go uptown to pick up your local chopped cheese. You don't really need it in potato chip form. So with that out of the way, let's see what's in this Pringles potato chip. Now, one serving size is 14 chips. You are getting 6 serving sizes, or 6 servings per container. It is 9 grams of fat, 150 calories, 2.5 grams of saturated fat, no cholesterol, 180 milligrams of sodium, 16 grams of carbohydrates. There is less than 1 gram of fiber as well as sugar, and there is 1 gram of protein in this. You would have to be eating a lot of chips to get your daily protein. The ingredients are dried potatoes, vegetable oil, corn, cottonseed, high oleic soybean and or sunflower oil, degerminated yellow corn flour, cornstarch, rice flour, maltodextrin, mono and diglycerides. The flavors coming from 2% or less salt, whey, tomato powder, cheddar cheese, milk, salt, cheese cultures, enzymes, monosodium glutamate, natural flavors, sugar, onion powder, spices, coconut oil, garlic powder, buttermilk, citric acid, cream, yeast extracts, malic acid, paprika extract, color, red 40, lactic acid, wheat starch, and the flavors are also listed in Spanish, if that is the language that you prefer to read this in. This is what the chip looks like. You have the Pringles man, also known as Mr. Monopoly. There's the pizza. It does have the same design that the everything bagel has. It seems as if now Pringles is trying to go for this 4-picture design. Here is the ingredient list as well as the nutrition, if you would like to read this yourself. And unlike what I thought in my last video, it does seem as if they just have stuff written in Hebrew. I do not know why, but it's there for some reason. And again, they have the Pringles design here as well as here. Absolutely no clue why. And they use their same nothing half full about this can design. So, will this be a tasty pizza that tastes kind of like a Domino's or a Papa John's? Or will this be a sad type of pizza and be more in lines of a 7-Eleven or a local gas station? Well, the only way to find out is to open this up and give it a try. I will say that the smell of this doesn't really smell too strongly like a pizza. It has a very strong sweetness smell to it, which is not really what you expect with a pizza flavored potato chip, honestly. It does have less salt as well as compared to the everything bagel at 20 milligrams less sodium. But let's give this a try. This is what the chip looks like. It does have some orange color to it. So this is not just your default yellow potato chip. This does have some orange to it. Orange man, usually bad, but maybe orange chip is good. See, the issue with these potato chips that I will say on first taste is this admittedly doesn't really taste too much like a pizza. If I were to have to say this reminds me of any type of a pizza, it reminds me a bit of like a middle school pizza in which they come in those gigantic vats and they just put the sauce on it and the cheese on it. This tastes way too sweet for this to be a real pizza. Now, admittedly, I do live in America, so they put high fructose corn syrup or sugar in anything so people get addicted to it and eat it. But if I were to have to describe a New York style pizza, this reminds me a bit of Danny's House of Pizza in Kew Gardens, where they intentionally have a sweet sauce that is on the pizza. I mean, usually I would prefer a more, pepperoni type pizza, but it's all right. It's not very garlicky. This is just a sweet pizza flavor. Give this one more try. This is a very passable Pringle chip. It is part of their core line, so I mean the sales must be good on this, but I don't think that this really reminds me too much of a pizza. Maybe if they added a bit more tomato flavor to this, maybe if it didn't taste really sweet. One thing I'm heavily noticing about this flavor, though, is the MSG really hits you on this. Pizza's not really that savory. At least it's not to me. But this has my mouth watering, like really bad. I could understand if I was going to be buying, like a Japanese hot pot flavored chip or just any of these foreign types of chips, but with this much MSG inside of this Pringles chip, it's really taking away the ability for me to pretend that this is a pizza chip and not just a savory tasting, I don't know, like a cheap fake, like what you would put on an American hamburger type cheese. This doesn't taste like cheese. This tastes way too sweet, but I mean, it does taste pretty decent. I am just saying bad things about this, but that's just because I'm trying to compare this to other chips. My favorite personal type of potato chip is the salt and vinegar. I have been reviewing a lot of the foreign Lay's chips, and I thought that they were pretty good. And even recently, I tried the everything bagel. But this does, this has less sodium in it, 20 milligrams less. This has one less carbohydrate. Maybe that's what the issue is. Also, on the can, comparing this to the limited release runs, look how difficult this is to read. It's in both Spanish as well as English, so you have to really just read the first part, then skip to the end without accidentally reading the same thing twice. With all that out of the way, what will I give the Pringles pizza flavor? I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. I think that this is a very passable flavor. Tastes pretty decent on the palate. The MSG is incredibly overwhelming in the flavor profile of this. It tastes a bit too sweet for me to imagine this as a pizza. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot. Goodbye.